want you to walk out of this movie. I want you to go hug your best friend, go have a piece of cake, and go just love your life.
Hi, Trish.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk about sitting in bars with cake, and I love it. So let's start from the beginning. What was about the book and the script that got your attention?
I think for me, it's the combination of fun and frivolity and joyfulness with some real stakes. The people in this movie go through something that's pretty serious, pretty heavy, and you don't often see the balance of those two things in a movie. We feel it in real life all the time, but movies usually pick a lane and stay in it. And I liked that this movie just kind of boldly took on both at the same time.
Yes, it's about friendship, resilience, and love as well. And I love all this, and I agree with you. You combine everything at once because you have like good parts, and I cries a lot. Yes, I don't want to spoil because I know people know the story, but sometimes the
Yeah.
way that you tell is hits more in that feeling. What was your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge was exactly what we've been talking about, nailing this balance, because I don't want to make light of the heavy stuff, but I also don't want to drag people down. I want people to come out of this movie feeling uplifted and feeling inspired. But I don't want to rush the story and rush the character's development. So I think pacing and knowing which beats of this story takes place over the course of a year, and a lot happens to anybody in a year, and certainly to these women. And so picking and choosing these conversations and the scenes and how long the scenes are going to be and how many times you want to crack jokes and how many times you want to get serious, like just finding that dance, that was important and tricky.
Yes, there is a phrase, one cake a year, one cake a week for a year. Those are like 52 cakes. And how was like the challenge to pick the right cakes and to have like, I don't know, maybe 52 cakes in the set.
We ate a lot of cake. um, and it was delicious. We spent a lot of time talking about what these cakes needed to look like. I mean, obviously you can't taste a cake when you're at home watching a movie. So we had to convince people just by the way the cakes looked that they smelled delicious, tasted delicious. We had to convince people that this is really Jane's sort of superpower, is baking these cakes. So we spent a lot of time. We wanted to show progression in the cakes and to have that sort of track her own development as a woman and as a person. So we put a lot of thought into it, and they were, every single one of them, delicious too, because they did get eaten.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one?
My favorite one is the cherry CBD THC cake.
Okay,
Absolutely
that
delicious.
yeah, they look delicious on screen. That's why I asked the question because I was like, maybe it was like a challenge or maybe like to pick the right one to do it. I
It was
think
a challenge. It turns out there are countless cakes you can bake and countless ways to combine ingredients to make ever more interesting and fascinating cakes. It was actually really, really fun.
yeah, and to find the perfect actresses to play the friends. What was about Odessa and Yara that made you pick them to play the best friends?
I mean, I think the number one standout thing that makes it work is just their chemistry is so fabulous, and they have this effortless flow with each other that you just can't fake. You either have that rhythm or you don't. And I think also each of them resembles their character in certain sort of critical ways that makes it very easy for them to understand that person's motivations. And yet both of them are actually different from their characters. They're not playing themselves. They're playing a different person. And so they were able, I think, to put some thought into that and put a little bit of objectivity into these characters, because they're not just flying by the seat of their pants. They did a lot of careful thinking and research, and it was really a nice blend of sort of what came naturally and what took quite a bit of actual conscious effort.
Yeah, I think they have a wonderful chemistry, and then they convince me like they're real friends, for forever. I love their dynamic, and also we have Bette Midler. How was like bringing her like to give some uplifting, I know more uplifting to the movie.
Well, I think we were all so intimidated to meet her because she's such an iconic star. But the minute she shows up, she puts everybody at ease because she is so warm and just gracious. She's such a pro. She's super, super funny. And she's just very like down to earth and generous. She's just a lovely person to have on set. So actually she didn't make us nervous at all. Once she showed up, we got over that really quick because she's cool.
Yeah, she is. And also like the message of the movie, we already talk a little bit about it, but what do you think people gonna take away?
I want you to walk out of this movie. I want you to go hug your best friend, go have a piece of cake, and go just love your life.
Thank you so much, Trish. And thank you so much for your time. A pleasure. Bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.